Today, we're all about remote jobs that will not have you tied to the phone all day. These jobs are primarily non-phone. They're not customer service based, but you may have to pick up the phone every once in a while to get additional information or clarify certain things. So we're going to scan through these positions so you can see which one interests you and move on to the next. So the first one I have comes to us from the company Magna Legal Services. They have quite a few remote job openings available right now, but there are a couple of them I want to share that are primarily non-phone. The first one I have is for a records case opening coordinator. This job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States. I did not see any location restrictions anywhere on this job description. And you'll be responsible for reviewing and adding client orders to the system and court subpoenas that are submitted to the client. You'll communicate with the client and answer their questions on a daily basis. They're looking for someone that has a great client service skills and great attention to detail. You're not going to be tied to the phone every single minute of the day in this position. A lot of this communication can be done through email. And they share more details as far as what you might do on a daily basis, but for the most part, you're going to do a whole bunch of data entry. They want you to have 2 to 3 years in a relevant field such as medical record retrieval, call center operations, customer service collections, or related area. You're comfortable using computers, you can navigate the internet, and you're also familiar with Microsoft Office Suite and Outlook. And then, of course, you need your typical soft skills. And they tell us right here they'll pay you between $16 and $20 per hour. So our next opportunity with Magna Legal Services is for a social media intelligence analyst. This job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States. And what you're going to do in this position is assist the company in helping to either verify or disprove the claims that the other side is making in their lawsuit insurance claim. In other words, you'll use social media to dig up the truth, and they tell us this position can help you qualify to become a licensed private investigator. And they also tell us their ideal candidate will be an experienced social media user who is tech savvy with relevant experience in the legal field. Strong preference will be given to anyone who has experience with social media investigations, open source searching, and or experience with the legal discovery process. So what all that means is you'll find and verify social media accounts, you review content from social media accounts, and perform open source intelligence and deep internet searching. You also quickly analyze the information located, and they tell us about 90% of your time will be spent working independently and the rest will be spent collaborating with other team members. And what they want from you is a bachelor's degree in a relevant field such as criminal justice, psychology, or communications, those sort of fields. And they also prefer you have at least 2 years relevant work experience, such as working as an investigator, a paralegal, or law clerk, an investigative report, or you've worked in law enforcement. And that's just preferred, it's not required. In lieu of a bachelor's degree, an associate's degree with at least 3 years relevant work experience will suffice, and with a current private investigator's license and or certification in social media open source intelligence may be considered. You must be a regular user of multiple social media platforms. You're also tech savvy and adaptable to various software programs, and you must be a good team player. And we can see right here they tell us they'll pay you between $24 and $29 per hour. Okay, so here's another primarily non-phone remote job, but I am seeing this one floating around YouTube today, but I want to bring it to you just in case you missed it. The company CBRE has an opening for a transaction coordinator. This job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States. And what you do is support the real estate transaction management team, and you'll be responsible for documentation related to the transaction process flow, including client listings and voucher processing. So you'll prepare vouchers used to collect the commissions due to the company, create files for all executed listings and commission agreements. You'll maintain property sign inventory and assist with managing the trust accounts for earnest monies. You'll also obtain necessary verifications of contingencies to adhere to company revenue recognition policies, use existing procedures to solve straightforward problems while having a limited opportunity to exercise discretion. And for this job, they want you to have a high school diploma with up to 2 years job-related experience. A bachelor's degree is a plus. They prefer you have commercial real estate or transactions experience. You're comfortable using computers, you're familiar with Microsoft Office products, and you have all your typical soft skills you need for just about every job. And as far as the salary, they tell us the minimum salary is $38,000 per year. The maximum salary is $45,000 per year. So it looks like you can earn anywhere from $18.27 up to $21.64 per hour. Now, you do need to get your application in by February 27th, 2026. So if you like this job, make sure to apply as soon as possible. Assembly Health has an opening for a UR specialist. So when you go to the link in the description area, just scroll down to the bottom. That's where they show the job description. So this UR specialist position is full-time remote anywhere within the United States, and what you're going to do is evaluate patient medical records to determine the necessity and appropriateness of services provided. You'll analyze utilization data to identify trends, patterns, and opportunities for improvement, and provide recommendations to improve efficiency and effectiveness of care delivery. And you'll manage utilization review schedule with providers and carriers. You'll communicate with behavioral health providers to obtain necessary information and clarify clinical details. You'll also communicate with insurance companies to resolve coverage issues and denials, and work with medical and administrative staff to ensure compliance with established protocols and guidelines. But don't worry, guys, because this job is not customer service. You're not going to be tied to the phone all day. You will have to pick up the phone once in a while when you need additional information and clarification. And they have more details as far as what you might do on a regular basis. If interested, go ahead and read through the details. They prefer, but they don't require. They prefer you have experience in healthcare or behavioral health, and they'd like you to have at least 1 year experience in utilization review. You're comfortable working with common billing and EMR, EHR software, and you're familiar with both inpatient and outpatient levels of care. You also have solid command of Microsoft Office applications, Google Suite, Adobe Acrobat, and other technologies, and you have your typical soft skills. And we can see right here on the job description, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000 per year. So our last opportunity is with the company Epic. They're a leading global provider of integrated technology and services for the legal profession. They have an opening for a legal billing specialist. This job is full-time remote. You can do it anywhere within the United States, or if you live in the Phoenix, Arizona area, you can work out of that office. In this job, you'll be responsible for preparing timely and accurate billings for external clients while resolving complex invoice rejections and ensuring compliance with client-specific billing guidelines. So what that means is you review and resolve rejected invoices due to errors such as timekeeper and rate issues, incorrect matter billed, missing PO numbers, budget discrepancies, credential problems, and more. You perform bill revisions, narrative cleanup, and time and expense entry corrections, and finalize invoices for key clients, including multi-matter and multi-currency billing. And they have more details as far as what you might do on a regular basis. If interested, go ahead and read through the details. And they prefer, but they don't require. They prefer you have legal billing experience with strong proficiency in Adherent. They also prefer you have a deep understanding of client billing guidelines and contractual agreements. You have advanced Microsoft Office skills, as well as exceptional attention to detail and organizational skills, and of course all your other typical soft skills. And you'll work Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they tell us right down here at the bottom of the job description they'll pay you between $22 and $29 per hour. So that's all I have for you in this video today. Hopefully one of these primarily non-phone remote jobs works out for you. And if you're looking for more non-phone work from home jobs, you can find some on my other channel, Kat Lewis. Have a great day, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.